Hi everybody, it's Christopher Burgess and I am in the beautiful state of Kona, Hawaii. And the sun has just set over the Pacific Ocean and it's twilight now. So I wanted to give you a brief update about what happened at the end of our faith journey and where the Lord has me now and what I'm going to be doing. So let's start with the end of the faith journey. The end of the faith journey was absolutely amazing. We couldn't have asked for a better time. After we finished our time in Bosnia, which is when our last group update was, we went up north to Austria, Czech. We hit Croatia on the way, Slovakia, and we wound up in Herrnhut, Germany. And Herrnhut, Germany is an absolutely amazing place. It's where 24/7 prayer was birthed out of by a group of Moravians that had fled from persecution in the Czech Republic in a land known as Moravia in the south east of the country. And they'd fled to this area and were, they were able to stay as refugees on this guy's land named Count Zinzendorf. Well, these guys ended up starting 24/7 prayer for 120 years. And the base there right now is absolutely amazing. They're running huge schools every quarter, and it was such a pleasure to be at that base. And the reason it was such an amazing time in Herrnhut, Germany, I think, is because of the fact that the atmosphere there is so, the presence of God is so there. That's the best way I can describe it, is wherever you walk, you're just at peace, that feeling of relaxed, there's no worries. And God has everything in control, and you can go wherever you want, and people are going to greet you, and there's just this loving community there, and things that, people have given testimonies that when they're there, the thoughts they've had about God not being real actually go away. And, excuse me, I had times where I had questioned things about the trip. What was God having us do? Where were we going? And when I got there, it was like everything was at peace. Everything was rested. That God's presence was so there every single day that I'd wake up every single morning that I was there. We were there for about 8 days, and I'd wake up every morning feeling completely at peace, and knowing that it doesn't matter where we go next or what we do. That where we're at now with God is amazing, and we have to enjoy today and enjoy what God has for us right now. And it has been an amazing journey of realizing that the now is the most important place for us, and that the things that we do now are what affects us the most in the current time. And God wants us to live in the now, like Matthew chapter 6, verse 34 says, "Don't worry about tomorrow, for it has enough worries of its own." That in the same way, that if you look at that verse, it's saying focus on today, because it's not that you need to worry about tomorrow, So today is the most important thing, and so we learned a lot of just focusing on today and knowing that God has us in one specific place for today. And so we were there. Spent some time with Dan Bauman and Andy Bird, who are both YWAM speakers from Kona, and it was so good to get to see them both and spend time with them and hear about what's going on in Kona. While we were traveling up to Herrnhut, Calvin and Camille had been praying also about what our next step is after the faith journey. And I had already been feeling a little bit like Kona, and so I expressed that with them, and they took it into prayer, and we just continued to pray about it. A couple days later, they felt like they felt the Lord speak to them about where to go next, and we all agreed that Kona was where the Lord was sending us. And we felt like it wasn't going to be what it usually has been. So the past 2 years we've been staffing DTSs and taking on one-on-ones and doing small groups and leading an outreach and doing the regular, DTS thing. But we felt the Lord was leading to something new, and that it would be different from what we've been experiencing in the past. And so as we were leaving Herrnhut, Kona was just becoming more real to us in that time of it's coming, like what's the Lord doing, but still trying to focus on the day-to-day. We went to Barcelona, Spain, and got to spend 6 days in Spain. While we were there, we stayed with a family that Calvin and Camille had met when they were in Spain, and it was an amazing time at their house, enjoying just their company and spending time with the Lord every single day and seeing what He had. On the Sunday before we left, we got the chance to share at a small Foursquare church in the city that is growing right now. And it was such a blessing to be able to share with the church just all that the Lord has spoken to us and all that He had done in us and through us and for us, about just teaching us provision and trust and faithfulness and knowing that He has everything in control, and above all else that it's Jesus that matters. And it's Jesus that our eyes should be focused on, and Jesus is the one that we want. And every single day is His. And so it was a really good time to focus on what God had done in our lives and see, you know what, like, God was there every single day, and God was doing something new every single day. And so that was such a refresher for all of us, and it was just a blessed time. After that, we flew to Kona, Hawaii, and we've been here now for about 10 days. And I can tell you it is so amazing to be here on the base and be with all my friends again and all the people that I love. And I'm just so excited for what the Lord has in store for them and planned for them. And it's going to be an exciting year. As we've talked more about what kind of our roles are going to look like this summer, we have found that they'll be a little different. We may not be leading a full outreach, but there'll be things that are in the works. So you'll find out about that more as I begin to know more. And I'll be participating in the lecture phase of the school, and probably doing the same kind of things as I've been doing, and I'll keep you updated with that and all that's going on. And I felt the Lord leading me to possibly move off campus to live with a bunch of guys from Awaken, and I'm praying into that more so that you guys know what's going on. And so I'm just praying into what the Lord has for me and what He wants to do. And to be able to move off campus, I would need more monthly financial support or one-time donations. And so if you feel like you should give or would like to give, please follow the link at the bottom of this video, or if you're on my blog, please go to the right-hand side and you can find it there. So sorry, I just wanted to brighten up the screen so you could see my face a little bit more. So you can go there, and every donation's it's so appreciated. Anywhere from $5 all the way up to whatever you want to give. It's always a blessing, and the Lord moves through all of it. And the Lord just moves in generosity, and that's something else we saw the Lord move a lot in on our trip, is we would not have been able to do all that we did without the generosity that the kingdom showed through our whole time, the body of believers and the saints in all the churches and in all the groups that we were with. And so I just want to thank you all for being so supportive and just praying for me and following me through this time. And so be blessed, and I will keep you in my prayers. And if you have anything that you would like to send to me or have any more questions, I would love to talk, and video Skype as well, or a phone call, whatever you want to do. Be blessed, and I'll be doing more consistent videos now that I'm in Kona. Bye.